The following program is being brought to you on the Voice America Women's Channel. For more information about our network and to check out additional show hosts and topics of interest, please visit voiceamericawomen.com. The Voice America Talk Radio Network is the worldwide leader in live Internet talk radio. Visit voiceamerica.com. The views and ideas expressed on the following program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the Voice America Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.
Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter.
Welcome, everybody. I hope that you're having an absolutely amazing week, and it's always special to connect with each of you, especially during the holiday season. I know life gets busy, things keep getting added to our plate during this season, and it can be wonderful and fun, but it also can start to run us a little bit. And so today we wanted to pause and really think about and bring support in on how to be powerful during our holiday season, how to bring that magical holiday feeling into your life. We see it in the cards, we'll hear it in the music, we'll see it all around us, this magical holiday feeling, but it doesn't mean we always feel that way. And so part of being powerful during this season is to find our own way to bring that magic into our life, not looking for something outside of ourselves, external to do that, but to really find ways to do that in our life every day. And we're going to look at that. How do we do that in our relationships? How do we do that in our relationship with ourselves and with our bodies and with others? How do we stay in this magical place, in this powerful place where we are really being who we want to be in our life? And I want to encourage you today to be very present and focused and willing to receive whatever is here for you today in this moment in time. So when you go back out into the world, you're doing it with power, with purpose, with confidence, feeling support, having some practical tips and tools to help you do that. Because I have learned life is not a solo journey. We absolutely need each other. And when we're willing to walk beside each other and let others walk beside us, because that's a choice, the journey can be so much more joyful and magical and fun. And I want to encourage you to find ways to bring that joy and fun into your life. That when there's something that can hit you out of the blue, or there's a challenge, or that extra thing gets added to your plate, really being willing to pause and take a deep breath and decide who you want to be and how you want to be now and throughout the holidays and throughout this coming year. Because you are an amazing gift, absolutely needed in the world. There is no one else just like you. And I want to encourage you, we want to support you in being all that you want to be, all that you are called to be, and living your life in a way that honors and supports how you're made, how you want to be. So let's breathe that in together. Breathe one more time, big belly breath. And out through your mouth. Wonderful. Because you are a gift to each and every person in your life. and how you navigate through your life, how you choose to be in it, matters on so many levels. I think about life sometimes and how we have 24 precious hours that we're given every single day, new 24 hours. But that time moves fast. And I want us to be purposeful in how we're choosing to spend those precious 24 hours. That it's on purpose. It's those things that matter most to us. That we're bringing the magic of who we are to the world and to those around us. Because there's no one else just like you. There's no one, there's not another Rebecca, for instance, behind the curtains over there that this is a dress rehearsal. And if I choose to not fully show up or whatever, that I get to do a take two and start over and try again. This is the moment we have. This is the time we have. These are the 24 hours. This is the moment we have to connect. And I want this time to serve and support you. And I want you to really be willing to receive the magic, the wisdom, the tips, the insights that are for you here today. So to do that, to really leverage and maximize this time together, this connection, I want to encourage you to be fully present. So those of you who are driving, please stay safe, eyes open, alert, just inwardly tuning in to what we are going to be talking about today, really stepping into your power and your magic during the holiday season and throughout your life. Those of you who are able to, I want you to sit back in your chair, take a deep breath, big belly breath, in through your nose, out through your mouth like a straw. Wonderful. One more breath. And as you're breathing out, put one hand on your heart, one hand on your head, bringing all of you in, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And close your eyes. And I want to think about, what is it that you need today? What is it that is being laid on your heart that will be supportive to you, that you need today to be encouraged, to be reminded of? What is it that you need today? And you're willing to lean into and receive. What is it that you need today? Take one more breath. Receive that information. It can come in the form of a picture, a memory, words, colors. There's all different ways information can be communicated with us. So just receive. Wonderful. Good. When you receive whatever it is that's being laid on your heart that you need today, or that you're being reminded of, receive that information, open up your eyes, and I invite you to actually write that down so you can keep it top of mind and be actively on the lookout today for what it is you need. It's a lot easier to receive and recognize those things in our life that we need that are in front of us when we know what we're looking for. And it's really easy to forget. So I encourage you to keep it top of mind and know what it is that you need today. Be willing to receive that and actively looking for that in your life. Let's breathe that in. Wonderful. And we're going to go around the room here today, our virtual room, and ask each of our amazing guest experts what they had laid on their heart, what they were reminded of or encouraged in, or something that as we went within and listened was laid upon their heart. So, Wendy, did you have something laid upon your heart today?
Yeah, what I heard was love and encouragement.
Beautiful. love, and encouragement. Thank you. And how about you, Nikki? Did you have something laid upon your heart?
What I had laid upon my heart, Rebecca, was that for my life to serve as a reminder of the goodness of our Creator. Through love, His love.
Beautiful. Creator and love. To serve as a reminder of our Creator and love. I love that. Beautiful. Thank you. And as I went in, what I really felt was, I am wanting encouragement today. So, Wendy, I love that was laid on your heart as well. Mm-hmm. So definitely encouragement. And then connection. I feel very connected with each of you and very grateful to have all of you in my life and our amazing experts today that are willing to come together with us and share from their hearts and their wisdom and their experience with us. And listeners, your heart connection with us and being part of the journey as we weave our lives together and seek to be equipped and empowered as we go out in the world. So I'm very grateful for each and every one of you. And I want us to take a moment today. We'll have several moments actually throughout our show, and I call them our 2-minute moments, where as we go throughout the show, they're disguised as commercial moments. That when we have these commercial moments, that you stay present. You don't try and rush and cross things off the list, but you stay very present and process what's being shared with you, whether it's from myself or one of our amazing guests, or as you're listening, having wisdom spoken into your heart, that you process it real time, so that as we go through our journey together today, you're able to go back out in the world with this new information integrated within you on a cellular level, so that you can go forth in the world equipped and empowered to share more of who you are with a world that very much needs your gifts, your talents, and your abilities. And that's my wish for you today as we spend our time together, that you're able to stay very present, receive everything that is here for you today, and to really richly delve in to our conversation today. So let's breathe that in. Wonderful. And we're getting ready to go to our first 2-minute moment, our commercial break here. And I invite you to continue to stay in this space and really thinking about what is being laid on your heart, what is it you need, and be actively leaning in and looking for that when we come back from this commercial break. We'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Voice America Women. Your passion starts here.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim T. Chong, the walk star.
And I'm Cammie Ferry, the theater queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. That's EmpoweredConnectionsTV.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you had a wonderful 2-minute moment, power-packed. Really developing that practice of pausing and breathing and really being present is so powerful. It lowers our cortisol levels and it helps us process things real time instead of adding them to our list to get to someday. We can actually take 2 minutes at a time and really bring that practice into our life now, real time. So I encourage you as we go throughout our time today to build those muscles and really enjoy being present with us today, because we're very excited to have you joining us. Our first guest expert that we're going to be talking to, you heard her a little bit on a heart level when she shared in our opening segment about love and encouragement being laid upon her heart. But I wanted to share a little bit more of her formal introduction, so you know a little bit of her expertise and background. You can always see her more expanded bio if you go to our host page, and you'll see all the details. But I wanted to give you a few highlights here. So Wendy Darling is the founder of Miraculous Loving Institute. I love that name. She has over 30 years experience in relationships and as a change expert, a best-selling author. She's been featured in Forbes as well as numerous other publications, former radio show host, and Wendy is passionate about turning your dreams into reality. Please warmly welcome the amazing Wendy Darling to the show. Welcome.
Well, thank you. It's wonderful to be here, especially on the topic of magic during the holidays.
Oh, thank you, Wendy. We're very excited to have you on this magical show. So thank you for being
That works. I'm all about magic.
I love it. And before we dig too much into all of your wisdom and expertise that you have to share with us, I wanted to take a moment and ask your why. Why is this work that you do helping people turn their dreams into reality? Why is that personally so important to you?
Well, I grew up in a family environment that I didn't know who I was. My mom was abusive. And as a result, my early adult life, I did things that I thought I should do, but eventually my life fell apart. I had a very, very serious accident in 1990, where I was a management and organizational development consultant traveling all over, primarily the United States. And I was at the Dallas airport, and unfortunately I was really sick, but I was a go-getter, not taking good care of myself, the show must go on kind of girl. And I went outside to get some fresh air because I was really, really sick. And unfortunately I passed out. I fell over a ledge, and I fell over 25 feet.
Oh, my goodness.
So my body was shattered. I didn't know for over 11 months and multiple surgeries if I would ever walk again. I broke my back. I was later diagnosed with a traumatic brain injury that took years to recover from. And during that time is when my marriage ended. My former husband actually was awarded full custody of our son. So everything that I had identified as me, a hook, someplace to hang an identity hook on, everything was gone. And so in those early days and weeks, I was aware enough that it was like, what happened that this happened? What choices had I made? And where did I get so off track? And it started not only a very deep exploration, But it ended up positioning me to offer what are now my healing gifts, my processes, to allow people not only to find their place in life, but to be deeply loved and nourished in a way that you can even have greater influence and impact.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing a little bit of your why with us. And I especially appreciate, because during this holiday season, we're not always talking about the hard times. We can frequently be just looking at the end of the story, you know, the happily ever after part or that kind of thing. And we're not always looking at where some of those real challenges were that changed our life and changed the course of our life. And so I appreciate you sharing that. And listeners, I want you to lean into her willingness to share her heart in that way and some of that journey, because we need real people that we can connect to. And I love that having so much horrible things hit you like they did, you've been able to turn a corner where you're helping people so powerfully bring their dreams into reality. And to me, it feels like there's a preciousness to the time and choices that you bring to people.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. Do I wish it would have turned out a little differently? But, you know, it was my journey, and it's left me, first of all, with huge compassion.
Yeah.
And also, my prayer God answered from many years ago that to God was, you help me turn this around. You help me dig out of this hole. You help me find an easier, faster way, because nobody should have to suffer like this. And so the gift was I got my wish granted. And now I'm able to pay it forward and allow other people's lives to be turned around much faster and get them on course in alignment with their authentic self, in alignment with their vision and mission and purpose in life.
I love this. And this has led to your clients actually calling you a fairy godmother. Is that true? I love talking about magic.
I know. And it has happened very organically, even in different cities. And I finally went, okay. I don't really think I'm a fairy godmother, but I do feel like one. Because I'm right there with my clients. I'm like, oh my gosh, look what's happening in your life, you know, or, you know, oh my gosh, this really works, you know. So it hasn't, there's not a time that I go, oh yeah, okay, so you just doubled or tripled your income, or, oh yeah, you know, you just finally welcome love into your life after just a couple months. No, I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this. Yeah.
I'm claiming your superpower, your fairy godmother power. I love it.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm still a little humble about that piece, but oh well, that's just my own journey. But I want to just add very briefly to that it is an example of how we don't always recognize and honor our true gifts, what you just called our superpowers.
Yes.
And because it's such a natural part of who we are that we tend to play it down or discount it because we think everybody's all like that, and that's not necessarily true.
You're absolutely right, because none of us has the same makeup or gifts or experience as another, and we can overlook our gifts and talents sometimes because it's like breathing to us. We don't always realize that that's a unique gift that we can bring to the world. So really important to understand our gifts and our superpowers, and it's not with being arrogant about it, but it's a claiming of it, because if we know what our gifts are, then we can let people know this is how I can help you, or this is the way I can support you, without them trying to guess or figure it out, that we have a unique way that we can impact the world.
And if people aren't really sure what their gifts are, ask your friends, ask your kids, ask people in your office, because people recognize it all the time. It's not necessarily clear to us. You're just being who you are naturally, and you don't recognize that, wow, you can do that. Well, I'm not designed that way, even close. So
exactly. So really being willing to find out and ask. And I think it also can give you clarity, because we can start to play life the way we're made versus trying to play it the way someone else is made, and play more to our strengths. So I think there's such a value in doing that, in bringing our magic forward. And
absolutely.
I want to circle around here a little bit, because one of the things we were talking about being a fairy godmother and some of your journey here. And I know that you have a belief about dreams, and I wanted to just talk about that for a moment. And you believe dreams are a way to fulfill our purpose in life. Do you mind sharing why you believe that and a thought about that? We have just about a minute here, a minute and a half, but I'd love to get that information from you.
So I believe our dreams are pointing in the direction of our truth. I believe that our dreams live within our hearts so that we grow and we evolve and we stretch and we give. And so when somebody desires a loving relationship, it's not there to torment you. It's there to remind you of your truth so that you grow and evolve, so that you can welcome that love into your life. Or when you want to have a home by the ocean and you keep seeing this home, well, it's not there to torment you. It's like, no, that is you. That's your destiny. Now, what needs to happen? So you close that gap. So I think they're clues, and they're there to empower us to be more and to give more. And we're in a time in our country and a world that we need all of us to step up and out even more.
Yes, beautiful. Well, thank you so much for sharing. And I love that these are clues or indicators, things we can lean into along the way, our dreams and aspirations, and closing that gap to get closer and closer and make that dream a reality. And along those lines, I know that you put together an amazing gift for our listeners, and I'd love to have you share about that. Just about 30 seconds, 40 seconds would be wonderful. I'd love for them to know, and I'll let them know how to access it. But if you could give them a highlight of your amazing gift.
One of the areas that I focus on is working with singles who want to attract love and couples who want to replenish their relationships. So I have a complimentary audio on my website called Attract Love Now. And this is going to help you hone in on how you can better position yourself to welcome love. And then also, if you would like to find out your number one issue or roadblock that's interfering, getting in the way of that, I also can offer a complimentary discovery session.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for making this gift available. And listeners, towards the end of the show, I will let you know how to access this amazing gift. But we are getting ready to go to our next commercial break here, our next 2-minute moment. So I encourage you to think about some of what Wendy has shared, and think about your dreams and your gifts and your talents, and how all of that comes together to bringing magic into your life and into this season. So really take a moment to think about, process what's being shared, and we'll look forward to bringing you our next amazing expert in just a moment.
This is the Voice America Women's Channel, where your success is limitless.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Relationship issues? Anxious? Parenting challenges? No more. Learn to live your best life Tune into Straight Talk with top therapist, relationship, and anxiety expert Sandra Reish. Learn to transform your challenges into effective solutions. Whether it's relationships, parenting, anxiety, or other traps, Sandra will show you how you can live the life of your dreams. Listen live every Thursday afternoon at 6 p.m. Eastern Time and 3 p.m. Pacific Time on the Voice America Health and Wellness Channel.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim T. Chong, the walk star.
And I'm Cammie Ferry, the theater queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
Tune in for Suzanne Ross and Lighten Up TV, evolutionary wellness for the body, mind, and spirit. Each episode features Suzanne and her amazing guests, including inspirational authors, speakers, wellness experts, and spiritual guides. This series is focused on achieving total well-being so that you can live well and love life. Visit lightenuptv.net to find out more. Lighten Up TV is presented by the Awakening Center, a nonprofit for those seeking a higher way of living and being. Don't miss out on living your best life now. Go to lightenuptv.net today.
Follow us on Twitter at VoiceAmericaTRN. Get the lowdown on guests, new shows, and your favorites. That's VoiceAmericaTRN.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed those 2 minutes just for you. And I want to welcome you back to our next exciting interview moment. But also, we had a beautiful caller who called in from Miami, and unfortunately, got disconnected before we were able to get her question. So if she does want to call back or email it in, we'd love to have her join us on the show with her question. So our beautiful caller from Miami, we'd love to have you call back if you're able to do so. So I just wanted to welcome you back if you're able to. And I wanted to introduce you more formally to our next guest expert. You heard her heart in our opening segment. But Nikkie is the founder and CEO of Nikkie's Guide to a Healthier Lifestyle. She's a speaker, a plus-size model, a domestic violence and ovarian cancer survivor, a health and fitness coach, and is absolutely passionate about helping others maintain a healthier lifestyle no matter what. Please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Nikkie Bendross to the show. Welcome! You are so welcome. And I would love to start with the question that I started the conversation with Wendy on as well, that we were talking about why is this work of helping others maintain a healthier lifestyle, why is that personally so important to you?
Well, Rebecca, after I got out of a 20-year marriage plagued with domestic violence, because mainly he wanted me fatter. He preferred me fatter, and my health spiraled out of control. I was barely walking. I had high blood pressure, diabetes, and, you name it. So after I became free from that, I found myself looking in the mirror, and it's like, you know what? This isn't me. I'm a size 36. I was wearing a 6X, and it's like, you know what? Something's got to change. So I went to see my doctor, and he told me, you need a closer walk with God. You need a closer walk. You need to go exercise. So, once I started exercising, my eating habits changed, and the weight fell off. I'm down 275 pounds from 500 plus pounds. And, it became my mission to help people at all costs. I never want anybody to feel like their voice can never be heard. You know, when you're being abused mentally and physically, you turn to food. And I want to be that voice to help pull someone out, kind of pay it forward. I was pulled out, and by any means necessary, I want to be there to help the next person out.
Beautiful.
It's in me.
It is. And Nikki, can I share just a little something that I experienced around you?
Sure.
Do you give me permission? Okay.
Yes, I do.
I had the opportunity to meet Nikki in person and hear her story. And something that just struck me is Nikki radiates joy and power and care and creates this safety that she's got you no matter what. And I appreciate that about you, Nikki, that no matter what, you're there to walk beside them, whatever that challenge is that they're coming from, that you've got them. And I appreciated that. It just was in every cell of your being as you shared with us.
Thank you. Thank you, Rebecca.
And there's a quote that you have in your bio that really struck me. And it says, "The struggle is real, but the journey is worth it." And I didn't know if you had more that you wanted to share on that, or if you just want to underline that and remind our listeners of that truth. But I just thought it was so powerful. I wanted to highlight it in our conversation today.
Whatever struggle that you're in, it's yours. You own it, and it's real. It's not a figment of your imagination. And for me, when I say the struggle is real, the struggle with food, the struggle with abuse, the struggle with life itself, it's real. But you have to go through to get through. You have to go through something to get to something. And to me, I say the struggle is real, meaning, okay, I've dealt with this. Each level was a stepping stone, and it stepped me up to greatness. It's real, but the journey is seeing the completion.
Yep.
When you get to that mark and you look back and it's like, wow, I made it through all of that, but it was worth it. My journey was worth it. You never know how strong you are until you see the ending. You know, while you're going through it, and it's like, wow, oh my God, I can't do this. I can't do this. You can do it. The struggle is real, but you can make it. You don't give up. You keep pushing. And as myself, as an example, I saw myself healthier. I can do this. And it was a struggle walking, being taunted. It was a struggle watching that scale go up as I'm exercising harder. It was a struggle. But now the journey is worth it because I saw the changes. I saw the 36 drop down to an 18. I saw the worthlessness amp up to fearfully and wonderfully made. So the struggle is real, but that journey, that ending point is worth it. It's worth it.
And remembering that and underlining it and seeing that even ties into, I was thinking some of what Wendy was sharing, that dream, you know, seeing that as reality, that where you're wanting to go and just taking a step to get there and another step to get there. And as we think about this and we're thinking about the magical holidays, do you have a tip or an insight or something that you can share with us to help us have a magical holiday?
I say take love wherever you go. Carry the magic with you. Wake up with sparkle and shine. Wake up to sparkle and shine on purpose. Wake up to be a blessing. So with me, I wake up with Christmas carols. It doesn't matter if it's the holiday season. I'm singing Christmas carols in November. I am...
I do it in July. I love Christmas carols, so I get it.
I'm passing out candy canes in August, so it's like I'm ready. I'm ready to tackle the holidays. And they're like, wait a minute, Thanksgiving's not here, but Thanksgiving is every day for me. Holidays are every day for me. To me, it's magical when you can wake up with a purpose in your heart to spread love, to spread joy. That's my holiday. That's my tip. Wake up with an attitude of gratitude and be willing to share that.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that. And we can do that every day on purpose. Beautiful. Now, I know you have put an amazing gift together for us today. Do you mind sharing about your gift as well? I love that our guests are so generous with their beautiful gifts. So would you mind sharing what your gift is for our listeners today?
So my amazing gift is a gluten-free, allergy-friendly cookbooklet. And it's filled with gluten-free recipes that are geared towards individuals who may have celiac disease, who may have a wheat allergy or wheat sensitivity, and also who may be battling a food allergy, such as soy, tree nuts, milk, dairy. This book is geared towards, individuals like myself or not. Just it's a great, to me, it's a great gift. It's great to have around, to come up with something that's geared for everybody at the table.
Yes, I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you. And that's something that, what a great tool during the holidays to not be subject, in a sense, to those allergies or those things that can be challenging and difficult, but to have around with our bodies, but have a guide to support you, whether it's gluten-free or food sensitivities that you're navigating through. So I appreciate that gift that you're making available, Nikki. And listeners, I wanted to let you know why we give gifts. And the reason we give gifts is because I want you to be able to have the same access that I have to the experts, to have them support and walk beside you. And so they generously lean into making these tools and these gifts available for free to support you on your journey, because I want you equipped and empowered. And I love that our generous guests lean into that vision and bring these valuable tools and resources for you, so that when you go back out into the world, it's with magic, power, and purpose, and sparkle. I like that too, Nikki. You were claiming, sparkle. Bring the sparkle. So that's just beautiful. So listeners, absolutely. Here's how you can access these beautiful gifts. You go to radiogifts, and that's plural.net. Again, that's radiogifts, plural.net. It's a net full of gifts. You put in your name and email address so we can stay in touch. And then you scroll down to today's date, which is November 29th, and you will see Wendy and Nikkie's beautiful pictures and descriptions of their gifts. And you can just click on the ones that will be supportive for you, that you get to bring forward with you. And I encourage you to peruse all the gifts. You're going to find every show we've added additional gifts to the library to support you on your journey. So I encourage you to take some time and find those gifts that are going to support you, that are going to walk beside you, that are going to encourage you on your journey. Now we're getting ready to go to our next 2-minute moment. I invite you to be present, process some of what has been shared. Feel free to go check out the radio gift page, but make sure to come back because we've got some more exciting tips to share with you today. So we'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
The Voice America Women's Channel.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim T. Chong, the walk star.
And I'm Cammie Ferry, the theater queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for speakers wanting to get on more stages. With just one audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities, reach more people, and expand your impact. Finalists get to audition live in front of leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Apply now at SpeakerTalentSearch.com. That's SpeakerTalentSearch.com. We look forward to hearing your message.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation. The Voice America Women's Channel.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed those 2 minutes just for you. And if you didn't get a chance to go to our gift page, I just want to give you that link one more time so you can do that when you have the opportunity. It's radiogifts.net, and you will find the amazing gifts that Nikki and Wendy have made available. And you'll actually find some there from me as well, because we want to support you in moving forward in your life on purpose and with purpose, because you are an amazing gift to this world, absolutely needed for such a time as this. And we were talking a little bit behind the scenes, and we thought, we want to bring just a little bit more magic into our conversation. So both of my guests have another magical tip that they wanted to share with you to particularly support you to have in having a magical holiday season and a magical 2017. So, Wendy, what would you like to add to the conversation around magic and tips?
Sure. Well, first of all, I want to mention a couple of things. Mm-hmm. Sometimes the holidays don't feel like a jump start into magic. And I've really noticed in my communities that I'm involved with, there's a certain uncertainty that's present with a lot of people, or, they're lonely or they're fearful. So first of all, I encourage people, whatever you're feeling, give that feeling a voice. So if you're feeling lonely, what's loneliness trying to tell you? And I think if you just write it out, or if you're able to hear your inner voice, whatever might work for you, that's really helpful, because it's hard. You don't want to step over it. It's a gift that you want to honor. A lot of people try to avoid their feelings because they're like, oh my gosh, if I acknowledge my sadness, I will just be whatever. So but it's actually the opposite. If you acknowledge it, it melts away and it doesn't continue to have power. Secondly, especially for women, Nikki was talking about the nourishment through food, which is really, really important. But I want to talk about emotional nourishment and what is going to nourish you. As women, we're really good at giving and nourishing others. But if you want to bring more magic into your life, you need to open yourself up to receive nourishment. And so for those of you that have a lot of family and community, that's great. It's time to let them know what would best support you, so you can make sure you have some time for yourself and that you feel supported, which is not always the strongest muscle. And in doing so, that's going to open up for more magic to happen in your life. And if you happen to be somebody that does not have family, friends, or community during the holiday, I did this many years ago after my divorce, and I was all alone. I stood up in a workshop, which was a new experience. The workshop itself, it was one of my first personal growth seminars I ever attended. And to stand up and speak out like this was totally not me. But I asked if somebody would be willing to adopt me. And I had several people that volunteered. And I chose this one woman and her family, who later became just a sweetest best friend for many, many, many years. So you
Beautiful.
never. So we're good. It's like, make sure, if you had a friend in need, wouldn't you be there right away for them, Rebecca?
Absolutely. And letting people in like that is courageous and beautiful.
But the other thing is that I want to encourage people, because some people are hesitant
and Wendy,
to ask.
we just have about 30 more seconds. So I want to
I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah.
So, did you have your final? I just want to give you that final sentence, but I do want to make sure Nikki gets to share as well.
Oh yeah, it's just don't hesitate to ask for support or love or hugs, because just as you feel wonderful giving it to somebody else, don't deprive us of the same opportunity.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. I love it. And Nikki, did you have something you wanted to share to help us bring magic into our lives during the holidays and in 2017 to come?
I would just like to encourage the families to get together and sit down for quality time and create new memories, create cards, create whether it's food, whether it's wreaths. I would encourage everybody. And then once you've done that, go to a homeless shelter. Go, read to the elderly. To me, I believe in the holiday magic is also good to give, but also whether to give it back. And I agree with Wendy. Take care of yourself. Make sure you're mentally, prepared and you're good. But it's also a true blessing to go out and give back. The smiles on the faces of some of the elderly who don't get visits. And when you come in there with that ray of sunshine, that smile, those gifts that are handmade, store-bought things are nice, but when you put heart into it, that's magic that could never be replaced. That can never, be erased. That's something that'll stick with someone forever, to give back. That's my holiday tip.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. And listeners, I hope that you've gotten some great ideas of some practical steps you can do, things that you can build into the season. And the consistent theme has been making sure that you're being nourished too, that you are, I like to call it putting yourself in the center of the plate. Sometimes we can have a tendency during the holidays to cut corners on our sleep or on other things that help encourage us and nourish us. And I want to encourage you to not cut the corners on those things. Really make sure that you are getting the time that you need, the pause that you need, taking the rest that you need, so that as you are going out in the world, as you are mingling with others, you're being who you want to be in that. You're not adding to the stress of the season, but you're really being able to be centered, to be balanced, and be joyful in the season. And that joy is a deep joy of being who you are and how you want to be in your life. Really powerful. And I encourage you to be purposeful about that. That every day you get another 24 hours and be purposeful in how you choose to spend those. And I was thinking, as Nikki and Wendy were sharing, that sometimes we tend to avoid the malls and some of those areas where there's a lot of traffic, or the post office and long lines. And we're going to find times where we're in those. And I think that's a moment too that we can give the gift of our smile, the gift of patience, the gift of peace, and really being there in a sense, holding space during those hectic times. We can choose to echo that out to others versus echoing out frustrations or impatience or stress. And that pausing and breathing and choosing to be who you are and who you want to be can shift that. So I encourage you to find and bring your own magic to the season, to your life. You're absolutely needed in this world, just as you are. Your own gifts, your own talents, your own voice, your own way of being in the world. And I want to invite you to be willing to share the gift of who you are with others, with those around you. Bring your own quirkiness, even the way you look at things. Be willing to share that. Be willing. I love Wendy, saying I need to be adopted this season, or I could use help in this, or I could use encouragement. Be willing to ask for what it is that you need, and then be willing to receive it as well, so that we can walk beside each other powerfully, heart by heart, life by life, as we make a difference, bringing our magic into the season and into this world. So my heart's desire as you go back out into the world, that wherever you go, whatever you do, may you always, always, always be willing to bloom where you are planted and shine. Have an amazing week, and I'll look forward to talking to you next time.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter, next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific on the Voice America Women's Channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.